Joe repping Team Serra-Longo there on the northeastern side of the U.S. Merab Dvalishvili has been on the championship course for a long time. He's got a big fight in front of him tonight.
All he does is win, John, and he wins in a certain way. He pressures you and he breaks you down. I have seen so many great bantamweights fight Merab Dvalishvili, and you can see they start to lose, not only physically, but in the spirit. He attacks you at a level that's higher than just your body. He's a great wrestler. He will put a pressured pace on you that not many people can stay with.
And I'm not sure that any athlete has ever muted Jose Aldo's offense as much as Dvalishvili did back in 2022. Merab back under the bright lights tonight. Well, he still has visions of becoming a two-division UFC champion, and perhaps tonight will be a step in that direction. Here is the future UFC Hall of Famer, the Mark Henry-trained Frankie Edgar.
The little engine that could is what we call him. Frankie Edgar will not be deterred. He's a phenomenal striker. He's a great wrestler, and his jiu-jitsu was on display when he dominated Cub Swanson in the main event. It was unreal to watch him just control every single position. He's a true mixed martial artist in the highest order, Frankie Edgar.
And with respect to present company, DC, Frankie Edgar might be the most popular American UFC fighter of all time.
Oh yeah, he's unbelievable. We all love him. And you know what? I love him just as much as the fans do. Everybody likes to watch Frankie Edgar compete.
Let's see how it goes for Effie here under the bright lights tonight. Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the World, Frankie the Edgar.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, it's usually all offense all the time out of Merab Dvalishvili, the Georgian, the Team Serra-Longo staple. As this round gets underway, you got to think he's going to go to the takedown early and often, and he doesn't get discouraged when the opposition gets back up. He chains his takedowns together as good as anyone in this bantamweight division, and he believes that will be the path of least resistance here tonight. That shot blocked by Dvalishvili.
Great timing on that double leg.
Pretty good execution on that early takedown. Everybody in this arena knew that he wanted to get the early takedown, and opponent couldn't stop it.
Sometimes you're so good at something, it doesn't matter what your opponent's doing. This man is such a great wrestler, he was able to secure that takedown.
Trying to guard pass here, not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transition.
Edgar getting work from the top here. These ground and pound strikes very effective. Let's see if he tries to work his way back to his feet.
Oh, right into mount.
Now he's got a good body position, yup.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here. All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. Dvalishvili's looking to go from the full to the half guard here. Opponent not having it. Well, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Dvalishvili's in half guard. Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
Just over 3 minutes to go. Oh, look out, folks, that is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
Oh, that's gotta be it. Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks. Nice shot there by the champ.
All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter. Dvalishvili getting touched here repeatedly with these ground and pound strikes from the top. Referee's not going to bail you out. Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
And busy as he looks to improve position here. Working in half guard here, making these shots count. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Another ground and pound strike gets home.
Big right hook there by the champ.
With 90 seconds to go in round one. Dvalishvili getting worked here from the top. Ground and pound strikes raining down. What a strike from off of his back.
Beautiful ground and pound, and that would cut him.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just gotta move.
Good work from the top here by Edgar.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position.
Relentless pressure from the top by Edgar. Oh, man, he's still targeting that cut, and it is getting worse by the minute. 30 seconds to go in the round.
In the half guard.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC.
He's gotta be careful here.
Final seconds here. 10 seconds. Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Blocked. Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
Horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure, but nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, back to the stools we go, and it's starting to look like a second mouth on his cheek.
Yeah, it looks terrible. I mean, the guy is getting hit with big shots. One big enough to open up a nasty cut on his cheek. While it's in a better spot, it still is very difficult to deal with.
Like if he absorbs another strike on that cheek, he might actually be able to eat through that cut on his cheek. I'm just saying.
He's got a big mouth.
Nice punch there by Dvalishvili. Ooh, that's a kick to the leg. Well, we see this a lot, DC, but this instance, it's particularly surprising to see a wrestler on his level not attempt. Whoa! Oh, nice judo toss for him there.
Beautiful jab there by the champ.
Oh, big shots from the top. Dvalishvili's eye is closing up now. Not good for him. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Dvalishvili.
Beautiful ground strikes landed.
Edgar's looking to pass from full guard into half guard here, but he's denied. And the referee brings the fight back to its feet. No surprise there. Needed to see more action.
Ready? Come on.
Tried to go to the body, but unable to connect. Oh, beautiful straight right hand. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. Right now, it's starting to show.
All right, looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. Edgar's in half guard.
Nice shots landing from the top position.
All right, feet on the hips here. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. Hammer fist here by Edgar.
And there you go, again, half guard.
All right, operating inside the closed guard now. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Ed. And there it is, another strike gets through on the ground. All right, so not enough action there on the ground. The referee brings the fight back to the feet. And we are back underway. Well, his corner was pretty urgent after round one. A little bit lackluster there in that opening round. He has certainly picked up the pace here, and as a result, he has taken control of this second round. Good job by the defense to prevent that shot from getting through. Oh, huge Superman punch.
Awesome level change. Great timing.
Oh, and he's back up again.
Great job moving into his opponent and getting to that center collar.
Just misses with the right.
Big punch from the clinch.
Now some spacing as they exit the clinch. Dvalishvili's tough as it gets, but that eye is downright nasty at this point in time. And you've got to wonder, given all the swelling, if that might even be a fractured orbital. Not good for Lem. And there's a takedown attempt. Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home. Edgar's in half guard now.
Look at him, he's setting up a choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up. He's got the sub locked in.
Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, but the submission defense wins this transition.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
Let's go. Let's get to the mountain finish.
10 seconds now to go in the round. Oh, and he's able to land a strike there from the bottom. Nicely done by Dvalishvili. Well, most of you remember exactly when this cut happened, and now it is getting really bad. They're going to have a lot of cleanup to do before our next bout.
Yes, they're going to have a lot of clear. I mean, honestly, John, it's part of the thing, right? You go into a bloody octagon, you fight, you wrestle. It is what it is at that point, you know? That's the beauty in being at the end of the night.
All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
Fight. Ready.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Oh, man, I'm starting to feel bad for the canvas as he lands another takedown there.
He landed another takedown, and he's doing it over and over again. What I am a massive fan of is his cardio, the ability to be able to keep this pace over and over as he hits these takedown attempts.
Edgar going to work here from the full guard. Nice combination of strikes, mixing it up pretty well here. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Dvalishvili's face is a hot mess, man. That cut on his cheek is getting worse by the minute and worse with every strike landed by his opponent. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
Edgar ground and pound from half guard now. Oh, man, he's just getting tattooed on that already compromised spot. Might need to call in the doctor here if you're the referee soon. Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters after an extended grappling. Oh! All right, hip toss it. All right, pausing the action here. The referee never wants to be the story, but given the swelling around that eye, doctor had to be called for here, champ.
Well, he's having a very difficult time picking up the opponent, seeing where his opponent is, and he's getting tagged. He's getting pieced up.
And it looks as though he is going to allow the fighter to continue. So a nice pop from the crowd as that decision is made. He's got to go for it now, though.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so the ringside position has made his way back to his seat. The referee gets the action back underway. The fans are excited this fight's going to continue.
Absolutely, and I'm just as excited myself. I want to see these guys compete. I want to see who wins. I don't want it to stop because of a cut. I want to see the best fighter get their hand raised at the end of the night. Luckily, we get to try to do that.
All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh, yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage off.
2 minutes have gone by. Edgar's back in half guard. Making all these shots count. All right, so there it is, yet another strike to the body. Feels like that was what the game plan was rooted in coming in here today.
Absolutely, Johnny. You could think that he's setting him up to go up top. Or, honestly, if he continues to land at this rate, at this target, he could finish him here. So I wouldn't change anything unless he makes you.
Dvalishvili's in half guard. A lot of top pressure being applied here.
Nice transition.
With 2 minutes and change to go in round 3. Trying to guard pass here, not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transition.
All right, half guard for him here, and a lot of offensive options, I would think, at his disposal.
Oh, he's got a ton of options. He has sufficient options, but I believe the safest option for him here is going to be to use his ground and pound. Build a base, posture up, throw big strikes, get back in position, build posture again, throw big strikes, and just really wear him down with a really secure position in half guard.
All these actions, though, these big actions, got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
Well, you can sense the corner frustration. He has not had any answer for these body shots, and now you see the visible damage.
Well, his coaches are wondering, where's the defenses? We worked on this. We knew this would be an attack that they would come with. Why are you not doing what we've trained? He's got to change something, man. He's got to tuck that elbow. He's got to roll and turn. He cannot continue to take these body shots.
While the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Dvalishvili. Oh, man, you got to credit him for continuing to attack that area, but that cut is getting harder to look at by the minute.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, and, you know, we spoke about this guy and how impressed we were with his fight IQ and how smart he was in his approach. Shows again. He got his opponent hurt, and he has been on that cut the entire time. Great job.
Nice positional control here. Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots.
30 seconds left.
20 seconds left.
Scramble.
Final seconds here.
Keep working.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Dvalishvili. All right, so the fighters head back to the stools, and hopefully this fight can continue. That is a severe cut. We'll see if the cut man can do some good work here.
Don't be stupid.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here is round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go with our 4th round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you got to change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight, so you have to do things physically and also mentally to make sure that you're ready to go that extra 10 minutes.
Dvalishvili's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time, and I'm not sure there's any end swell in the building that's going to open that eye back up. They might stop this fight. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Dvalishvili.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Another ground and pound strike lands. Dvalishvili, ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count.
Keep those hips active. Turn it back and go.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Edgar getting worked here from the top. Let's see if he goes for a sweep to try to get back to his feet. Ground and pound strike there now. Well, he's got his back now. Dvalishvili's able to flatten him out. This could be real trouble now.
There it is. Now he's going to mount.
Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Edgar's in half guard. All right, so when is too much too much? I mean, I'm not sure I need to see this fighter absorb any further damage here tonight.
It's okay if his corner or the ringside position calls a stop to this thing. He has been battered, he has been beaten, and the result is not going to change. Change of the position.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Oh, shades of the godfather of the ground and pound, Mark Coleman, as he lands again.
Coley somewhere smiling, watching this guy land from the top position.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Dvalishvili. Oh, he reversed position there on the ground, and he's now in the dominant position. All right, has the guard closed here. Oh, well placed with the hammer fist there by Edgar. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Hey, scramble, get up. Scramble.
Nice job to reverse position there on the ground, and now we'll see what he can do with the dominant position. Edgar's in half guard. All right, full guard here if you're the top fighter. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to pass to the next position, get to half guard so I can get my ground and pound off.
Edgar's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. Well, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged... Oh! They're trading huge shots here. We'll see who's the last man standing. His misses are entertaining. So pretty good recovery by the opponent after getting stunned pretty good. Actually capitalize on those opportunities.
I mean, you can't waste these opportunities. You don't get them as often as you'd like. So when you get a guy hurt, you got to find a way to fix it.
45 seconds remain in the round. All right, so we'll see if he goes for another takedown here, and it's the way he's approaching the setup, too, that I think you've liked so far.
I love it, man. I love how he's throwing the left hook and almost pulling himself into his shot. Punch goes, as the opponent's hands go up, he drives himself into the guy to try and secure a takedown. Truly, truly high-level striking, mixed with unbelievable wrestling.
Final seconds of round 4.
Gets to the single collar tie. Big double leg, level change.
20 minutes down, 5 to go. All right, back to the stools now, and he is no longer the handsome man we once knew. That gash is getting serious.
There's a lot of blood. Cut you open good. Ref wants to stop this fight, but you're not going to let him.
You ready? You ready?
Here we go, 5th and final round. Well, you didn't see a lot of the body work from him in the earlier rounds, but he's certainly getting after it here. Big shot to the body connects there. We'll see if he can follow it up. Left-right combo is good. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Oh, now gets an underhook to get a more dominant position. Staying busy in the clinch to avoid a separation. Dvalishvili gets hit with a kick. And there's a takedown attempt. Edgar's taking aim at that cut right now. A strong decision by him to land strikes on an area that he has already done significant damage on.
Quick, he's good with the right. Oh, nice takedown defense.
Lands the grounded pound strike here. Dvalishvili gets up. He is back on the feet here.
Big inside kick. The issue with that kick, as effective as it is, one gets checked, you have the Anderson Silva situation.
Dvalishvili's cut on his cheek is nasty. Thank God these guys are tough, because that thing will not stop bleeding at this point in time. Nice straight right lands.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice level change.
All right, full guard here, DC. We'll see how soon he tries to pass.
Well, he needs to be passing immediately. In the full guard is where you are in most danger.
Dvalishvili's looking to lock up an arm bar here. Ooh, that looks tight.
Looks like it's getting tight.
Oh, he's out of danger.
Great submission defense. He was able to take his arm out and stay safe. Take him out here.
All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Well, that eye area is getting bloodier with every passing strike.
It's like a target, and he keeps going to it, and you see it's starting to get worse as the fight is going on. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Two minutes now to go in this one.
Great job finding his shots from the top position.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man, I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep.
All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working.
Dvalishvili's back in full mount.
Oh, good defense, yes.
All right, we told you we'd keep an eye on it, DC. That cut is starting to open up wider now, and he continues to target that area wisely.
Well, when you saw it right away, it wasn't that bad. But as he continues to target it, you can start to see it opening up. Look for him to continue to go down that route to try to get this victory.
This is where he wants to be.
Get on your side. Get on your side.
Good work from the top here by Dvalishvili. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through.
Now he's going full mount.
Final 10 seconds of the fight. All right, so a competitive title fight tonight, Daniel, as many expected. 25 minutes, not enough to determine a winner. Slight lean to the champion, or what?
I do believe he's still champion, but that's why he's the champion. Because when the challenges are the biggest, he usually will step up.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Frankie the Edgar Edgar.
Iron Army, stand up. The celebration is on in Toms River, New Jersey, and beyond. Their guy, the answer, Frankie Edgar, getting his hand raised yet again.
Well-rounded skill, great cardio, great pressure, great wrestling and top control. Frankie Edgar once again shows why he's one of the best fighters in the UFC's history.